God has something big planned for us. When we are going through our journey in life, it is only right to look up to God, as He is always ready to listen to us. Make sure to pray to Him. Let Him know that we surrender all our lives to Him, and also trust Him to be in charge of our lives. When we go through problems, God is aware. God is just waiting for us to call on Him. God will listen to us, but we also need to do things in return. Pray to God constantly. Improve your communication with Him. Talk to God about the little and big things happening in your life. Though God already knows everything going on in your life, but going on your knees to Him shows how much reverence you have for Him. It shows you want Him to be in charge of everything in your life. There are forces that are hell-bent on making sure you are a failure. They are happy when you do not know what you are doing. When you include God in your life becomes purposeful. Give God full access to perform wonders in your life, because if you do not let Him, you are giving the devil free access to your life. Living a life dedicated to God is simple and stress-free. We can sit back and relax to watch God do His things. When we want to show that we can live through life without God, He would never force Himself on you. God would just sit by and watch us through life if we think we do not need Him. We forget that the knowledge we have is from God. When we meet a bigger problem we cannot solve, we become disoriented and start running looking for a solution. There is no specific time you need God in your life. You need Him every step of the way. God is a God of miracles. It is evident in our lives. Let God into your life and watch Him do miracles. God does not like people questioning His supremacy. If you are a believer with a bad story, this is not the end. God will turn your story around, and the people who mock you will come back asking who your God is, because they would want to serve Him too. It is always evident in the way believers live their lives. Once you hand everything over to God, your life becomes simple, and things that usually stress you no longer stress you. Show God that you are dependent on Him and Him alone. When you become dependent on other people, they might disappoint you because no human is perfect. We are all in this frantic race to attain perfection. God is a God of perfection. He does everything with precision, as He already has the knowledge of everything that happened and the things that are yet to happen. So putting your hopes on God is the best decision, as you can be sure He would never disappoint you. We have seen successful people that are unbelievers. Sometimes this makes you wonder if trusting God is worth it. You start to question your decision to be a believer. This might be all part of the plan of the devil to lure you into ungodly ways. The devil can lure you with your heart's desires. Of course, this would be done through people around you, not by the devil himself. When you see unbelievers living the life or possessing things you have been praying to God for, it makes you question your belief. This might also be God's way of testing our patience. You can get wealth from anywhere, but remember that peace of mind comes from God alone. Wealth without peace is like a waste of money, because you just spend your money trying to solve one problem or the other. It is always different when you see a believer with wealth and an unbeliever with wealth. Let God be involved in everything you lay your hands on, and He would give you a better version of whatever it is you are asking for. When you get impatient and start looking for alternatives to success, this means you are already giving in to the devil. God is forgiving, so the earlier you realize the wrong in what you are doing, the better. What God has planned for you is beyond your imagination. Sometimes we are even the ones that delay God's will. The constant doubt of God's ability to handle your situation can delay all things God has planned for you. No matter the trials, just learn to trust God. He created you for a reason. He would never leave you clueless, especially when you turn to Him that you need His help in your life. destiny can only be delayed. It can never be denied. Every man has his destiny. God already has something planned for every one of us. No one knows if a destiny is being delayed because God has not revealed exactly when everything will be made manifest in our lives. You feel you have prayed for a particular thing for too long, and God is expected to have answered your prayers. Wait until you hear some people's stories. Praying to God does not have a time frame. Do not pray to God only when you get what you want. Everyone's destiny is different. When you gather two or more successful people to tell you about their success stories, you would realize that no two successful people have the same story. God has something great planned for you, but the route we are going to take might not be known by anyone. Have a conversation with God, because if it's not God's will, then you might just be wasting your time. Have a deep connection with God. Keep praying. Open doors might come from unexpected places, and you are still doing great things. Your destiny is already planned, waiting to be fulfilled. Different things might delay your destiny, but your destiny is your purpose and it must be manifested. Miracles will happen in your life, miracles that will bring tears of joy. God knows what you want. He is not blind that you have needs. God will listen to you and include your wishes into what He has planned for you. Be appreciative of the things God has done in your lives. Be patient. Pray to God. God has everything planned to make your story successful. The fact that your mates are already doing great things and it feels like your life is stagnant does not mean God has forgotten you. Destiny differs, and if you are patient, what God has planned for you would make you cry for joy.